really a joy.
So it's really, as I said, a joy and a privilege to be with you. Thanks to Bishop Alexander. We certainly give honor to God, to President Johnson, and to his cabinet. We appreciate the opportunity to come bring you greetings from President Dr. Jerry Young and the entire Foreign Mission Board. So what I purport to do is to just give you an overview. Some of you may be in Baltimore, and I will have a comprehensive report that I will give in Baltimore. And so I don't want to, be redundant when you get to Baltimore. But for those who are not going to be there, just want to give you an overview. And again, if I could, I would have been there today, but came back from South Africa, Eswatini, which the formerly Swaziland, Malawi, 2 weeks ago. And as soon as I got back, went to West Virginia to their state convention. Just returned yesterday from Nashville, Tennessee. I had a meeting with World Vision. And so it was just a bit too much. And then again, having to leave on Sunday for Baltimore for convention. But I promise you, I'll come fellowship with you pretty soon. Let me just put on the screen. I'll put on the screen if you can see that. I'll share with you some pictures that we have here, and I'll talk through this for the few minutes that I have to talk with you. And this would be the annual report that I'll be given when we get to Baltimore. In the past year, we really have been, I would say, successful in our missional work. I'm really pleased with the things that we have done in the last year. And it's simply because of individuals like yourself, your dedication and your commitment to the missional work. And what we've done over the last year has yielded significant progress, despite challenges that we have faced in the missional work. And you'll hear that in Baltimore. We're going to highlight some of the achievements, some of the challenges that we face. The work in Eswatini, former Swaziland, in Liberia, in Guinea, in Malawi, in Zambia, work that we've done in Trinidad and Tobago, in Kenya, in Nigeria, in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, in Sierra Leone, and in Lesotho. We forging a partnership between the University of Penn and the National Baptist Convention and the government of Lesotho. This picture that you're looking at is actually in the mountains of Lesotho, where people can only access health care if they walk for days, if they ride horseback, or if a helicopter comes from the capital city, Maseru, which is about an hour and 15 minutes flight. And I actually took this flight into the hills, right here with the Prime Minister of Lesotho. Two individuals, Dr. Ruth Patterson, Dr. John Patterson, joined me, and together with Dr. Corrado Conceda, Dr. Glenn Galton, we met with a lady called Dr. Letzi, who is the head of medicine in the kingdom, to discuss how we can better improve the health system in Lesotho. This, if you can see, this is literally a health clinic in the mountains. That's where people get their medical attention. This is inside the health clinic, and so they really need the help. This actually, we flew up there with the Prime Minister. This is the Prime Minister here, talking to us, pointing out to us in a place called Matsieli, what can be done to really help these people. In Malawi, we have high school, we have a clinic, hospital. We do a tremendous amount of farming, and recently in February, we were there and realized that they were in the middle of a drought, and that these people, particularly the pastors, needed flour so that they can feed their family. And so the Foreign Mission Board actually provided the resources so that the pastors, that's the truck, pulling up to deliver the flour so that pastors can, have food to eat. And literally, they were in a drought situation. That's Dr. John Root Patterson speaking. The gentleman is translating for them. So we have this clinic hospital, and Doctors Patterson did an assessment of the hospital, and conditions need to be improved. So what we purport to do, I'll get to this picture in a while. What we purport to do is to literally rebuild that hospital, the S. Willie Layton Hospital. We are gonna rebuild that hospital so that the people can get the necessary care that they deserve in Malawi. And not only that, but we dig in wells, and we were at a church called Shiloh in a place called I think it's not Palombe, Malanje, Malanje, Malawi, and we were symbolically pouring out water because a well will be dug at this church site so that people in the community can come and get fresh water. This is in another place in Malanje also. These people worship in this bamboo shack. They worship in a bamboo shack. We have a commitment from Dr. Young's church in Jackson, Mississippi, New Hope, to actually build an edifice for these people. But we're going to start by actually digging a well. The paramount chief came out, and we fellowship. We talked about what we can do to really uplift the lives. This is another area again. We're going to dig 4 wells, 2 in Malanje, 1 in Palombe. This is Palombe, and 1 in Lilongwe, the capital. This church is called Mount Cleveland, Ohio. I really laugh when they told me the name of a church, Mount Cleveland, Ohio Baptist Church. And we again were symbolically pouring out water as a testament to the fact, as a witness that we were going to get a well dug in on this location shortly. While I was in Malawi, this isn't a long way. I ended a crusade. They had a crusade, and I ended this crusade. They do differently. They have tents around the stage, and many people came. Those are folks who were coming, coming to accept Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. And so it's not just doing medical stuff or educational stuff, but preaching the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ to those who need. So back to the hospital in Malawi. We actually got some plans drafted. The pictures are a little out of whack. And the guy to my right, Wilson Matembo, or actually to my left, in the middle is Yasin Osman. He runs a company called Build Africa. And Wilson Matembo is a missionary supervisor and also the president of African Baptist Assembly. And so we had plans drafted. And so we were just touring the facilities so that we can get this work, the rebuilding of this hospital done so that we can provide much care for the people. Here in Eswatini, these are the students we have in our preschool, image a little blurred, but exciting young people. And while I was there, promised to give them some computers to digitize the classrooms. And so we were happy to provide, I think, about 11 or 15 computers, not computers, TV screens, sorry, so that it can be digitized. In Liberia, this is Liberia. a church, a community center where quite a bit of people, are served. This is in Guinea. Um, no, this is not Guinea. This is Sierra Leone. So I'm going at the top of my head from the pictures. This is Sierra Leone, where we also have preschool. You look in the eyes of these kids and you see the future. Just hope, bright eyes, kids, hope, looking for an opportunity to serve. These are young ladies in a high school in Sierra Leone, and the principal had actually come in. Here, we were getting a well dug in Nigeria, and this is also Guinea. Now, this part here, if you look, uh, this is an island called Carriacou. It's part of the island of Grenada, and Carriacou was decimated by Hurricane Beryl. And so I went down to Grenada. In fact, it was really painful. Visited with them, visited with the police. In fact, we got front page coverage from the national newspaper, the New Today. While I was there, this young lady, she'd come to get water at a post that Samaritan's Purse was, manning. I offered her money. She didn't need money, but she had come from England to get her mother, to take her mother back to England. Her mother didn't want to go back. And she was just crying bitterly. And I offered to pray with her because, look, prayer changes things. We were able to donate 25,000 US dollars to help rebuild because, again, you needed Command Central, the police. They had no place. Look, you see the roof, that's a roof of a police station. And so this money that National Baptist contributed was able to repair the roofs. We have pictures of the roof. I'll show that at a convention when we get to the convention. But this is some of the damage that was done by Hurricane Beryl. Also, all the computer system. In fact, I just got about 20 computers that we'll be sending to them. They were actually shipped to my house, and we'll be sending that to them. This young man here is Dr. Willie Frank Benson. Willie Frank is from Liberia. We've been supporting him for the past 5 years. He's specializing in pediatric surgery in Kenya. He finishes this year, and we just delighted that we have supported this young man for the last 5 years in his pediatric residency. And so he will become the first pediatric surgeon from the Republic of Liberia. And we are so happy that the Foreign Mission Board of the National Baptist Convention USA is part of this success story. This young lady here is a young lady by the name of Elena Reynolds. Elena wants to become a maxillofacial surgeon. And, she was in school, needed help to finish her biology degree. And she happened to run across myself, my wife, our church, and heard her story and promised to help her. And we were able to help her in her final year at the University of the Southern Caribbean. She graduated actually with a bachelor degree in biology. And it so happened, and I didn't even know which school she was going to when she talked to me about her need. That school happens to be my alma mater. The gentleman who stands there was one of my classmates, so we were happy that she has graduated and she's going on to dental school in September. So we part of a lot of success stories. And let me stop the share because I'm going into audited statements and stuff. But the Foreign Mission Board is really on the move, helping people. And of course, we've dug several wells in Nigeria. We've dug 4 we're getting ready to dig another four. Not getting ready, they're actually in process now. And so we helping to build lives, we helping to lift people, we helping to transform the lives of young men and young women. And again, we just thank you for your support. If you are coming to Baltimore, the Foreign Mission Hour is on Wednesday at 9 o'clock, and you can come. You'll get a more comprehensive report. We'll show some videos and we lay out exactly what the Foreign Mission Board is doing. But definitely, we could not do it without you. And I thank God for Bishop Alexander and his passion for the missional work. And I look forward to meeting you and seeing you. Look, Sister Patricia Clark, not Clark, Patricia Carter, sorry, has been with us, supports us. She's a constant from Florida, General. And so, again, we thank you again. Look forward to working with you. And I'm definitely going to come to Florida so that I can give a accountable stewardship and give a more comprehensive report. Bishop, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity. You told me up to 6:45, and I like to be sensitive to time, and it's 6:41 now. So thank you so much.
Amen. Amen.